sir, Praveen sir, please.
ఇప్పుడు వస్తుందా? Now it is okay. Hope it is coming from. Am I audible? Anyone respond in the chat box? Yes, now it can. Yes. Okay. ఇప్పుడు వాయిస్ వస్తుందా? ఇప్పుడు వస్తుంది సార్, వినండి. Now I will start, sir. Okay, my dear students, good morning to everyone. The hackathon, we are going to appear for hackathon soon. That process we are conducting this Learnathon. As you know, Learnathon is nothing but learning about the things. So this is also comes under Samyak only. As you know, the Samyak we are conducting this Learnathon. Now, in this particular session, I'm going to discuss about the Django framework. First of all, my name is Dr. Praveen. I will teach you introduction to Django towards how to create a particular project and how a single app will be created and we can display the information on the screen and how multiple apps can be created. How can we use HTTP responses to show the output? And how can we use HTML pages? How can we render them, show the output? Up to that, I will show in this particular session. The session is from 11 to 12:30, I think. So we'll start our Django. If you know about this Django previously, go through with it and try to observe if any new points are added. If you don't know, follow me and I will teach you. I will explain you how to create a particular project for Django. Also by using the Flask, you already know. Okay, but Django, how it is different from Flask, that we can observe and try to learn how to create a project, how to create different apps under a particular project. Like, let us start our Django. So, Flask is one of the web application developing tool, nothing but framework. Like the Django also one of the high level Python web framework. It's nothing but very fast when compared with the Flask. There is no separate structure in the class, whereas we have perfect structure in the Django. And we have official website in djangoproject.com. So we can go through with that and we can know about many more things about this Django. Every documentation will be available in this particular website. So please go through with it. Course, try to observe how the particular code will work and the website www.djangoprojects.com. In this Django, we will follow MVT architecture. We know MVC architecture. So MVC architecture is nothing but in Java, for example, some controller will be there. It will control everything. Whereas here we are following MVT, model view template network architecture, so that the control itself will be done by the view. You can better understand about MVC and MVT later time. And, Django comes with a lightweight web server for developing and testing applications. It's very easy to create projects using Django. Nowadays, so many real-time applications are there with Django. It's a very powerful one when compared with Flask. Why I am saying Flask number of times means you know already Flask. When compared with Flask, Django is more powerful. That is the overall explanation. Is that Django is much powerful than Flask. So these are the different frameworks that are available for developing a web projects. Okay. Portal, Django, Cherrypie, Pylons. All these are different things. Under this, we are going to study about the Django. So this is a free and open source application, an application paper written in Python. Where to work with Django, one should have this particular type of these particular knowledge. Python, one should know to work with Django. Bootstrap, you should know work with Django. HTML, CSS based creation, and little knowledge about JavaScript also. If we are having this particular knowledge, we can develop good projects under Django. So that is about the Django requirements. If you know all these well, then you can proceed. Features of Django. It is stability is good and highly scalable. For example, develop a project for 100 members, for example. All of a sudden, sale the sale. For example, 100 members can interact with our website very easily. Okay. For example, the sale is increased all of a sudden. 100 became 2,000. Then also it can work well because scalability is one of the advantage of feature of this. Like that we can expand or reduce also, so that one of the advantage. So excellent documentation is available. So you go through with GitHub, what of repository is there, like this particular Django, so that we can better use all those documentation to produce good websites. It uses search engine optimization. So this is one of the best thing. So projects developed by this will be very fast. It resolves security issues. Security is main thing. Okay. So these particular security issues will be resolved by this particular with the help of Django. Very easily when compared with other platforms. And huge library of packages are there. Once we have these library of packages, we can use them and make the things very much easily. We can complete the that's the main thing. So these are the features of Django. Let us see what are the popular applications. Django applications, the real-time particular companies using Instagram using this Django, YouTube using this Django, Dropbox, Mozilla, all these are currently using the particular Django framework. Everyone we use every day, we use YouTube, Instagram, all these Mozilla, etc. Very frequently. So all these are following Django framework. So this is nothing but MVC architecture. This is Java. Okay. A separate control is there. Controller will control, take the client request, and the controller will take the responsibility of interacting with the view and model. And model will interact with database so that the controlling will be done separately by the controller. That is why it is called MVC architecture. Coming to Django, here no such control is there. Okay. Whenever the user interacts with Django projects, to URL, it will interact with views. Views will interact with model and template. Here, the controller is not separately there. Controller is included under this only. Views only. That is why it is called MVP architecture. Model, view, template architecture. This architecture is called MVP. So there is no separate controller for us. Use is there in that view. This particular controller, everything is inbuilt, so that this is called MVP architecture. It will follow MVP architecture. Django will follow MVP pattern. This is MVC. MVC. This is MVP. Whenever we create a project, by default, the project structure will be created. Whenever a project, for example, one project I created, what are the different Python files default register? All these files. Manage.py. This Python file will be automatically generated. This is a kind of project local Django admin for interacting with the project via command. Moreover, init.py. So it's nothing but a folder of our packages. Settings.py, as the name indicates, our project settings will be available under settings. For example, if we install any apps, we're supposed to mention there under settings. If you are using templates, that will be mentioned under settings. Like that, everything what we are doing, such things will be made under settings. So that is about settings.py. URLs.py. In all links of our project and the function to bar. Whenever we are executing, a particular request will come to this particular URLs.py. From here only, it will redirect to the different apps and it will be served. WSGI. We need to deploy our project over WSGI. This particular PY Python file will be. Whenever a project is created, these 5 files will be created automatically. So that we can run the particular project also. It will run without having any modifications. The dummy project we can run. We'll run it in a few minutes. Now, after changing few modifications, the appearance of the page will be. So that is about a project. Whenever a project is created, all these files will be created by default. Whereas if you want to create any application, a particular project will contain many number of apps. Okay. It's like that. How to create app and all we will see. By default, all these 5 files will be created whenever we create an application. Init.py, admin.py, models.py, test.py, views.py. So these files will be created, Python files will be created by default whenever an app or application will be created. The next diagram, we can see how this particular description will be, what all project you will project, Django project. Whenever a Django project is created, here we have the Django project, init.py, settings.py, yoros.py, wsj.py, and manage.py. These 5 files will be automatically be updated. Under one Django project, we have many number of applications. But app, we call it as app. He is calling it as an application. So under one application, whenever we created, all these files will be created. Migrations and admin.py, apps.py, link.py, models.py, test.py, stuff.py. Whenever an app is created, all these files are created. Moreover, we should have a separate folders under this particular Django project, template, static, media. Okay, templates are nothing but we can keep .html files under these templates. Static means we can use keep CSS files under static. Media means video, such audio, such type of things we can keep. Moreover, this particular virtual environment will be there. If we create a project directly, Django project, without having any environment, it will take all memory of our system. So prevent that, if we create a virtual environment, in that particular virtual environment, some memory will be allocated. In that memory only, this particular Django project will be created. And this created project will use that particular virtual environment memory only, so that it will be compatible. So if we are using PyCharm, such type of ones, the virtual environment will be created automatically. While we are doing the project, I will show how the virtual environment is created by default. If we are working with command prompt, we need to create virtual environment first, then only we need to create Java. That's the most important thing. So for PyCharm and all such type of applications, virtual environment will be created automatically. We are working with command prompt to create a virtual environment manually, and then only we need to create the Django. So this is about the Django folder structure. This is the Django folder structure. Django project is there. For that project, different apps. This is one app information. Like that, we create n number of apps, such type of points will be there. Templates will be there. Static folder will be there. Media will be media folder will be there. Like that. That is about the structure of or layout of Django folder. Okay. The Django process. Now, as I said, we are going to create work with command prompt. We need to use this particular syntax with the virtual environment. Installing virtual environment. So the command prompt will go and use this pip install. Okay, and this particular keyword is supposed to give so that and create our own virtual. Step 2, create virtual environment. So for making the virtual environment, name as test 1. This is the overall syntax. And whenever we use this particular keyword, the virtual environment test 1 will be created. So to make it active, we need to use this particular syntax. IPython /script/active. And we can deactivate the virtual environment also, so that simply it will be active, so that the virtual environment will be. The step 1 and step 2, these will be required when we are working with the through command prompt, create a project. So before creating the Django project, we need to create a virtual environment by using these two steps. Now, directly we start creating a project. Now I am going to my overall PyCharm. I opened here also. And I created a Django programs. I already have Django underscore programs. I created Django underscore. So if you see, this is my environment where my particular Python project, folders are there. There I have Django programs, Django underscore programs. I created a new folder called Django underscore programs. Here is nothing. Now we are going to create a project here under this. Now we observe this is same that particular folder. Now we are going to start step by step and create the process. First of all, our system should have Django installation. So then only you can work with the for installing, we need to use pip install Django. Okay. Pip install Django. Now where I am, Python projects class. I need to enter Django underscore programs. I entered into Django underscore programs. I am going to install Django. Pip install Django. As my system is already having Django, it will say that okay, requirement already satisfied in the sense that it is already there in the system. So for the sake of understanding, explaining you, I given this particular. If your system is not having Django, it will be installed automatically. That is the first and foremost step we are supposed to do. Wherever we are going to work, as I am going to work under Django underscore programs 1, I created one folder and I entered into that particular folder. After that, I installed Django by using pip install Django. Okay. Next. Next step is, if you want to check the version of Django, the syntax for it is Django -admin space -- version. So that the version 4.1.1 is there in my system. It will be displayed. Next step. I want to create a project called Learnathon. As we are in Learnathon, I'm going to create a project named as Learnathon. The syntax for that is Java space start project space Learnathon. So that yes, the project is created. See here. Check this. As we are under Django underscore programs, okay, it's supposed to be in Django underscore programs one. Series space Django underscore programs. I entered into it now. Now I create the project Learnathon. So that see here it is created. Previously I given this here. Okay. So Learnathon is there. We can remove that. Django underscore programs one is there. Learnathon is created. By default, some Python files came. Manage.py it is came. And init.py, asj.py, settings.py, urs.py, wsj.py. All these we observed in the previous, whenever the structure is like this for a particular Django project. We observed all these files are created. Now, as it is created, I need to enter into the Django project. Where I am now actually under my Python project class, Django underscore programs one is I am here. Now I supposed to enter into my project. What is the project name? Learnathon. CD space Learnathon. So that I entered into the CD space. I think what I entered into the Learn. Next step is I want to run the project. So project is created. I am going to run the dummy project. Nothing but whatever is there, I want to run it and I want to observe what is the output. Syntax for that is Python space manage.py space run server. So that the project will run. So where I am giving, I am entered into the Learnathon, the project, whatever I created. Learnathon is the project name, Django project name. There I am giving Python space manage.py space. It is running properly. The output will appear like this. So if I click on this particular one, the output will appear. So the install worked successfully. Congratulations. Like that, this is the default page you will get whenever the Django project is created successfully. Now, in this stage, we created our Django project. The project name is nothing but Learnathon successfully created. Now the project is running. So come out of this particular project, I need to use Control C. Again, the project running is stopped by me by using Control C. And I am under Django underscore programs one folder. Learnathon is my project. I promised you previously about virtual environment. As I am using Django, here we observe VENV. This is the virtual environment. This is created by this particular PyCharm. So you understand that whenever step one, step two, you comment from, you will get same like okay, display. So that whatever test one I think we created, we observed the syntax. So test one will appear in the brackets. So we can be the overall bracket. So I think but virtual environment that is created by the PyCharm automatically for us for this particular project. This is the way of creating a Django project. We installed Django package first. Afterwards, we are checking the version. We check the version of the particular Django that was installed. And Django -admin start project Learnathon. Learnathon is my project. It's about keyword to create the particular project. After creating the project, I need to enter into the project by using CD space, that particular project name. After entering into that, Python space manage.py space run server. If we use this, so that the for running, so that the project will run, we will get this particular. C is the first step we need to do, create a project. After creating the project, we need to run it and check that whether our project is successfully installed and working properly. Now, you hope you understood properly how to create a project array, default project. Next step we are going to see is how to create an app. App creation in Django frame. In Django project, in one project, you can create any number of applications or apps. We call it as apps. Depending upon our requirement. So I will create a project and I will show how to create and how to work with the particular app. Okay, what is the need of apps and next step is command to create a new app. Now I'm going to create a app called print underscore hello. The syntax for that is Python space manage.py space start app space print hello. Print hello is but the user defined one. We need to decide what is the app name first and we need to give. If you observe, I am in Learnathon. I think what in my main project, the name Java project. Here I am giving this particular syntax. Python space, manage.py space, start app space, print hello. Print hello is our app name. Whenever we executed this, by default, the particular print underscore hello. If you observe here, print underscore hello app is created with the help of this particular syntax. If you click on this print underscore hello, you will get what are the default files that are created by the print underscore. Okay, migrations are there. Init.py, admin.py, apps.py, models.py, test.py, views.py is there. Like that, all these are default files, those will be created. Now the app is created. We will make it to a few modifications we need to make and make it meaningful and display something on the web page. Next step is create urls.py in print underscore hello. You observe this is the app name print underscore hello. Under this we don't have any urls.py. He's asking us to create urls.py in print underscore hello and place this particular. What is this code? I will explain you. Okay, but how to create urls.py? Print underscore hello app is there. Na? I am right clicking on that. If I take the file, I need to give extension as py. Here one option is there, Python file. Okay, for example, if you take the file, if you give extension.html, HTML file will be created. Otherwise, we have HTML option is here. If we click on this, automatic extension is .html only. We need to give just file name only. Hope you understood. Now I given Python file selection. URLs. That is my file name. .py is supposed to give. But as I selected Python file, no need to give extension. You see, urls.py is created and it is opened up. Pasting the whatever I copied. Simply what is written here, urls.py, it is redirecting to views.home. Views are nothing but under URLs we have views in same project. So it is redirecting the path to views.home. Home is a one method under views. Okay, previous mean it is not there under views. We need to create home. Okay, one method in the views.py. I'm supposed to write whatever you are going to display on the screen. So simply observe that in the step 8, we created urls.py in print underscore hello. We pasted this. Here it is providing the path. Like here, if you observe single quotes, nothing is written. This is a home page. If you write something, then only it will execute. It will not be the home page. Views.home. Home is a method under views. It is redirecting the path. Okay. Next step. Modify views.py in print underscore hello. Print underscore hello is our app name. I have views.py in under print underscore hello. There it is asking me to modify. So copy this code. I will explain this code what is there. Please write views.py. There it is there. I am going to paste this code. Fully in this code, nothing is there. I am importing render. I am importing HTTP responses. And why it is highlighted HTTP responses, why it is not highlighted means, as I am using HTTP responses here in this particular method, it is highlighted. If I use render in place of HTTP responses, this particular line also will be highlighted. So anyway, in this, I imported HTTP responses and import render. For that, I am creating a method. Okay, the method name is home. So def space home. The argument is nothing but request. Here we are returning under this method, we are returning HTTP response, hello world example of PFSD program. Just I want to display that only. Okay. So just for the sake of explanation. So that is why hello world example of PFSD program is came. Very good. Now, that is the next step. Modify urls.py in project. What is the project? Learnathon. So under urls.py of the project, I need to add this particular line. So I will explain. Okay. Don't bother about arts or is I will add. Here by default I have import. For import we have two admin and path are already entered in imported. Now previously, whenever we are running, this is the default line. Because of this only, we got this out. Okay. Now we are going to add one more line. What we are writing here, path, colon, single quotes we are giving. Nothing we are giving under single quotes. Nothing but it will be treated as a home page. You will understand that. It will be treated as a home page as we are not giving anything here. Include print underscore hello dot URLs. It is redirecting the path to print underscore hello dot URLs. We observe we got some error here include, but to remove that, we need to add this one include. We need to import that. Imported error is gone. Okay. The next step also completed. Next one is we have settings.py under project. Learnathon. Under install app, we need to add this print underscore hello. Now I am adding the settings.py. Here we have installed apps. Okay. We should not remove all these installed apps. The app should be there. As I said, whenever we are creating the project, defaultly it is providing the skeleton of the project. So that we should not remove all those. We need to append this particular app, whatever we created, print underscore hello to that. Place comma here, and after that, add this particular print underscore hello. That the project creation is complete. First of all, I will run the project. After that, I will explain what is the code we are written, how it is running, what is the way of execution and all. First of all, I will run this particular project. How to run the project? Python space manage.py space run server. Whenever you want to run the project, same syntax is over here. The app is running successfully. Now, okay. Yes, whatever we written under a method home that is displaying here. Hello world example of PFSD. This is what I want to display through that particular print underscore hello app. That is what I am displaying that home. Want to display more, you can display more also. Just wait, I will explain the code how it is explained. Now it is done. Okay, Control C means the project running I stopped interrupted. Now C. Learnathon print underscore hello. These are two. This is main project. Only print underscore hello is. Now what I did under settings.py I added okay. Under install apps, print underscore hello added. Why? Because I created print underscore hello app. Next, under urls.py, previously this is the default line that was created. Now, as I created the print underscore hello, whenever request comes as a home page, I want to display. That is why I given single quotes only here. And I am redirecting the path to print underscore hello dot URLs. Then what will happen? The particular URLs of this particular Learnathon is redirecting to print underscore hello dot URLs. Nothing but here we will go. This is URLs related to okay print underscore hello. Previously Learnathon URLs we have checked. Here we redirected whatever the request. Now it is coming to print underscore hello URLs. Very good. This particular print underscore hello app URLs, what it is doing, it is redirecting again to redirecting the path to use.home. Okay. Home is nothing but a method. Use is another one file. Print underscore. Now, as it is redirected to use underscore home, so home is nothing but a method here. So another method, we are using HTTP response and displaying like hello world example of PFSD. So whenever we run the project, main project URLs it will reach so that it will redirect it to URLs of the particular app and URLs.py of the particular app we direct to the views. Under that, whatever the method mentioned is there, under that method will be executed. It is executed and displayed successfully like hello world example of PFSD. That was happened. Now, I want to create another app. Single app is okay. I want to create multiple apps you can create, but I want to create another app called a second app. Name it as second app itself. Okay, what is the syntax for that? Python space, manage.py space, start app space. What is the name you are going to give? So I want to give second app is the name for the next app. As of now, I have left side if you observe, Learnathon is main project. This is the thing, but the first app. Hmm. Second project will be created. Yes. Second app is made, the second project, means second app name. Hopefully it is created successfully. To open it, we have default files, migrations, init.py, admins.py, apps.py, models.py, test.py, view.py. Now, what is the next step I need to do? The next step I need to do is I need to create urls.py under this second app. I will create that. As we proceed in the performed in the first app creation, like that, I am also performing the same for second app also. urls.py, I created. Now, under urls.py, we need to give this particular code. What is this code? Simply, we imported path here, views here. We are redirecting these two. Previously, we have a single quotes there. Here, the path is a pivot page one slash we are giving here. Why you are giving means I will explain while executing that. Listen, mean as a views dot second page. Previously, in print underscore hello, views dot home we are written. Here we are writing views dot second page. What is second page? Second page is the method under views. It is not there. We need to create that particular second page. So as of now, whenever a request comes to Learnathon main project URLs, it will redirect to the second app URLs. From second app URLs, the path is redirecting to the views of this particular app only. So views dot method name is second page. So the next step is modify views.py of the same app, looking at the second app, and need to include this. This is a thing, but we are writing a method here. We go to views, nothing is there. I insert here what I am doing. So we are importing a render and HTTP response like in the first app and writing a method called second page. As we observed, second app URLs here is the method views dot second page is the overall method so that under particular second app use we created second page. So by using HTTP response, I am displaying like this is printing from second app of the same project. So to check whether it is paid properly or not, well done this particular project. So as of now, we created second app, we created URLs, and that we redirected it to views.second page. And under views, we created a method called second page. There we have written something to show that it is coming from second app. Now, we need to modify the URLs of the main project. Previously, also we did the same step. Now we are doing that particular step, try to observe. So URLs.py. Previously, whatever we have, this is nothing but defaultly created. We are running defaultly, okay, we got that particular output also. Okay. So whenever we created this is nothing but a home page. So we got this particular output. Okay, it is redirected to first tab. In the first tab, under views, we have written one method home. Under home, this is there by using HTTP response, we display this. Now, what I am doing now, I am going to add another line. Whenever a particular second app we want to execute, I am giving Deepak slash. Why I am giving Deepak slash? So whenever Deepak slash is given, the path in the URL, the path is nothing but second app dot URLs. So whenever request comes and in that particular Deepak slash is there, it will be redirected to second app URLs. So here we are included this line. It will be redirected to the URL start figure. In the URLs, what is there? The URLs of the second app, we are redirecting to use start second. Use start second page, what is there? Second page is the method. Second method, we are going to display something. Like that, the link will be whenever request come to main project, it will be redirected to the appropriate URL of the project. And in the URLs of the project, it will be redirected to the use method. A method, whatever it is there, it will be executed and displayed. That will be there. Up to now, that is over. Next, as we created second app, okay, previously we created first app, nothing but printed underscore hello, and we appended that information under installed apps of setting.py. Now we are going to Learnathon's settings.py. As previously we added print underscore hello, now I am adding second app. Why? Because whatever installed, that should be mentioned under installed apps. We are without giving second app here, if you run, it will say that second app word is not found. Okay. It should be there under installed apps. Then only it will work. Now everything is over. Now we are going to run this particular project once again. So, terminal. Then Python space manage.py space run server. So that it will run. Running successfully. Click on this. I am getting this. I am getting this because this is home page. How you can say that it is home page? Go to your start.py. This is where it is not written anything here. That is why in the, if you observe here in the URL also, nothing is written. If nothing is written, it will be the home page and it will be redirected to print underscore hello.urls. Under print underscore hello.urls, it will be redirected to, again, use of that particular print underscore hello. Under views, we have a method home. Under home, whatever is written, that is displaying here at the screen. Hope you understood. Now I am going to redirect it to second app. If you want to go to second app, I need to give deeper. So now I am giving here. It means it will go to second app. Whereas after going to Deepak, but it will be redirected to Deepak, second app. Second app URLs, what is there? We are given under path page one slash. Whenever I give page one slash, then only it will be redirected to views not second page. In the second page, we have second page method is there. Views, we have second page method is there. There's something we are written. That is why I'm interested with you page one here. Okay. Like page one, what will display? This is printing from second app of the same page. That is what we were given here. This is printing from second app of the same browser. Hope you understood. Okay. Why Deepak slash page one given? Whenever we give slash Deepak, the particular URL will be redirected to second app. Whenever we give page one, it will be redirected to views of the second page, second app. So that second method will be second page will be executed under second app. So that this is what we return by using HTTP response. HTTP response. So that is there it is. Finally, we created two apps. That is, main project we created Learnathon, printer hello underscore hello first app. Second app name is the second app only. We displayed the information like whatever there in the methods. This is the way of creating apps. A single app, multiple app. If you want to create n number of apps, you can create automatically. So by showing the difference in your URL like this, Deepak means it is related to second app. Third app, of course, we created. If I give him Praveen here, so Praveen means it will be redirected to again my third app. So that is the way. We need to mention the difference. For example, third app is created. We write like Python, Revin slash consanguine quotes, include third app.urls. It will be redirected to third apps. Hope you understood the thing that we need to modify every time URLs of the main project, settings of the main project, whereas coming to the app, we need to create URLs, and in that we need to mention the path, redirect the path to views. Under views, we should have methods. We should create methods, and in that method, whatever you are going to display, that's supposed to be kept. Same thing we did for first app. I think the print underscore hello, and we got the output of this. And why? Because here in the URL, nothing is there. If nothing is there, suppose this is the home page we supposed to see. Here, if we give Deepak slash, it is redirecting to second app. Page one, I think it is redirecting to the second page of the views. I think second page is the third. That what we are written, that is the way of creating multiple apps. Sir, we are displaying some information, okay, but I want to display some images, okay, some information which is more informative. Then we need to go through with the templates. Templates will provide flexibility to display the things properly. Now we will work on that. So, for example, up to now, if we are in Learnathon, project name, under Learnathon, we have this default one for admin, and this is for project one we are redirecting, and this is for project two we are directing. We never change all this. Okay, now I have first tab and second tab. I want to execute or display some HTML pages information on the screen web page. I want to, I can display through page, print underscore hello, or I can display through this particular second app also. Now I am not going to display anything through second app. I want to display through first app. Then I won't change this. Just I will change the URLs.py of my print underscore hello and views.py of my particular print underscore. And whatever I am modifying, that will be mentioned in settings.py. That's it. URLs.py, no need of changing URLs.py because everything will be redirected to my print underscore hello. There in print underscore hello, I will mention the difference. If you see, you will understand. And up to now, where I worked under Django underscore programs one. I have that particular HTML related things, everything I completed in Django underscore programs. I will show that, I will execute that so that you will understand. CD dot dot, I will come from my project. CD dot dot, I am coming from my Django underscore programs. Now I am entering into Django underscore programs. Sir, why you are going into that? There, if you want to implement in Django underscore programs one Learnathon only, you can implement. But for explanation purpose, I am entering into that. There, my project name is example one. I entered into example one. Now, I am going to run this project. How to run? To run the project, print underscore hello, Python space, manage.py, run server. First of all, I will show the output. You will understand how the output is appearing. Then you can identify how to change the code, how to write the code, how to render the things. Now it is running. There also in the default page I given home page I given print underscore hello. For explanation purpose, I'm giving like Deepak slash page one again. There also this is printing from second half of the same project. Now I'm going to display some information. A1 I am giving. A1, why I am giving A1, I will show the code. So it is home page one. Like that it is displaying. I will give A2. I will give A2. Hi, this is HTML1 file information. HTML file rendered And there we return this particular thing only. That is right. By giving A3, what it is coming? Prime Ministers of India information it is coming. Manmohan Singh, former Prime Minister of India, it came. And Narendra Modi, current Prime Minister of India, I inserted the pages successfully. Like that, we created one table in that we mentioned this text and image, like that. This particular uh, oral information we are displaying. For example, if I give A4, A1, A2, A3, A4 are the things I given previously. Okay, in the code. So what is this? Navbar page. Here, KL University is there. Home, contact, about, drop down. Okay, register, sign in, like that. Everything is there. This particular one is using by using Bootstrap. We created this. I'm sure all this code later. But first of all, I want to do. I want to explain how to change the things in our Django. So finally, what I did. Whenever a project is created, we can create any number of apps. Moreover, in that app, by using those apps, we can show the display the information on the screen by using HTTP response, or we can render the things and display the information on the screen like this. So whenever I give A4, it is appearing navbar page. Whenever give A3, it is appearing like in the Prime Ministers of India. Whenever I give slash A2, so HTML1 information is coming. Whenever give A1, it is giving. So it's page 1. Whenever I am not giving anything by default, display, because this is redirected. Now, how to change the code, where to change the code, I will explain. Now, I'm going to stop this one. I think that the server is running now. I stopped by using Control C. The problem, while running is stopped. Now, see, example one is my main project. Whereas print underscore hello is my first project. Whereas second app is nothing but my second project. Okay. So to display information like images and all, we need to use this particular static. So if you observe here, static is one folder, templates is one folder. Under templates, I have base.html, HTML1.html, HTML2.html, learn.html, login.html. Whenever the HTML files related to my project, domain I am calling from, for app 1 or app 2 or any app, I supposed to maintain all these HTML files under templates only. Moreover, static is in the folder is there. Under static, images in one folder is there. Under that, I have images. Previously, sing.jpg, movie.jpg were used by me, the code, and I displayed like present Prime Minister in Modi and former Prime Minister, I think that Singh, like that we displayed. It's supposed to be appeared whenever we have this particular page or that particular information under images. So see, this is the example one is project name, Django project name. These are the default files. Print underscore hello is my app one. These are the files where ers.py created. I did some modifications on views.py also. Again, second app. See here also these are the default files. We created ers.py and we created different methods under views.py. Okay. So like that we done. Static is the one of the folder we have taken and under static images folder is there. This folder particularly the particular images whatever are there those will be maintained by us then only these will appear. Whenever we mention the name of the image which is not located exactly here it will show some symbol image symbol it will not show the overall virtual symbol. Under templates the folder will be there .html files. Moreover, if you want to maintain CSS files under static, we will maintain directly. So this is the overall structure I have. I will show what are the images that are available and all. Okay. First of all, I want to show HTML one. So this is simple HTML tags we used. We used a display. Hi, this is HTML file information. That was only I want to display. Okay. Like that, HTML1 file is created by us. HTML2. I think that Prime Minister of India, Manmohan Singh, okay, and the particular by using SRC particular tag, I am inserting sing.jpg and Narendra Modi, current Prime Minister of India, by image SRC, I am inserting Modi overall. You observe image slash Modi.jpg. If it is JPEG, I need to mention JPEG. As those are files are, I mean, JPEG files only, I mentioned on same. So all these are HTML files, HTML1, HTML2. Let us see what is there in login.html. In login.html, we have login username and password will be there, and some button we created like submit. That's it. Next one is base.html is there. Base.html is nothing but we copied code from Bootstrap so that for getting the navbar there display. So this is nothing but base.html. You already know that from Bootstrap, we can copy the code and we can use it for our web page development. Okay. So this is the Bootstrap. If we enter into this, left side, we have different things are there. Okay, components, navbar. This is the navbar. I selected, and under this navbar also, we have different things are there. So, for example, if you want to this particular structure, you need to use this particular code. If you are not interested, if you want a different overall appearance, so different things will be there. All those will be hey, appeared here. Depending upon that, you need to select them. For example, come down. If you want this, I don't want switch button and all, copy this code and paste. You want this type, copy this code. Like that, different. If you want only search, okay, like that, this code is sufficient. Like that. But we selected this particular first one so that I copied all this code so that I got this. Now bar is here. So I modified it as KL University. That is why it is appeared like KL University. I will show that. A4. This project is not running, it will display. I will show afterwards. Okay. Like that, the same base.html, same code, whatever there in the bootstrap that I am displaying in using that code, giving the overall code here. Please. I'll explain what are the changes we're supposed to do on this particular one. How to render these HTML pages. I'm closing these HTML pages as I explained all those. These images I will show afterwards. So now you observe urls.py. Nothing is there. Whatever there, the previous one, same thing is there. Now I'm not changing anything in our urls.py. Print underscore hello is there. There, urls.py, if you open, previously, I have only this views underscore views.home only there. Now I created, imagine this particular one. Print. Previously, nothing is there. I'm giving in under single quotes A1 slash. Whenever A1 slash is given, it will redirect it to home one of views. Okay. So I go to this. Here, home one is another method. In that, what it is written by using HTTP response, it is displaying like it's home one page like that is displaying. That's it. Now coming to A2, I am going to create. I mean another page. A1 is one page. A2 page I am going to make. That A Y2/2 home2 of the views. The home2, what is there? Here, if you observe, it is a one method where we are using a render. Okay, render is there. We are rendering the things. So why we are rendering? To render the HTML1.html file. Whenever if you want to display some text, HTTP response is required. If you want to render something from HTML file, we need to use the keyword render. Remaining all same. So return render request from HTML1 so that that will be displayed. So like that. So if you go to A3, what I am given A3, whenever A3 is given, it is redirected to home3. Home3, what we are written, we are rendering the HTML.html. Now, A4. A4 is nothing but views.home4. In the home4, we are rendering the login.html. Login.html, there login, username, password, and also submit button is there. From login.html only, we are requesting the base.html so that no need to mention base.html here. Automatically it will be called by login.html only so that we will get the navbar page. Again, home file I am created where we are rendering learn.html. Only thing is in project.html project in the project of URLs, I am not changing anything. Hint underscore hello, I am changing. Why? Because I am not changing in the second app also. I am not changing. Why? Because I want to display information through this particular first app. If you want to do from second app, we can do from that also. But from here, print underscore hello only I'm going to display. That is why I'm going to modify in urs.py. urs.py of the print underscore hello. I'm giving paths A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, like that. How many home methods are there? Such a number of paths I'm providing. Okay. Whereas in views.py, whatever the methods are there. In that method, if you want to display any information like this, we are using HTTP response. If any HTML files we are going to render, just we are giving a render. Okay. So like that, this particular setup will be there. And most importantly, after completing everything, we should have these templates. All these templates should be under templates folder. All images should be under static slash images. Okay, in the code also we are given like image slash this particular the name of the image slash its extension also. And one thing we're supposed to do is we need to go to app. Example one is app name, but Django project name. We need to go to settings. Under settings, as we are having only two apps, print underscore hello and second app, they are automatically we mentioned there. Moreover, if you observe, whenever project is there, we need to give under templates dirs colon equal to templates. It will not be there previously. We supposed to give templates. So because why? Because as we are using templates here, it's supposed to be given templates here. But if we are not giving templates here, it will display like template not found, some error it will go. Okay. So whenever we are using this type of templates folder and through that we are going to render the information, we supposed to give templates. Don't forget under templates, we supposed to give as a second line dir colon temp open brace and close brace will be there. Under single quotes, we supposed to give templates. Then only the templates will be rendered successfully. Moreover, we need to give under static. All this is the default code provided. Under this, base directory is nothing but static. Why? Because we are using base directory as static here. Then only it will be, HQ. If you are not giving this base directory static and anyone, hey, if you are not given any templates, then also it won't accept and it will go an error. Template not found, such type of things. So whatever the template files I have, I mentioned in the templates. whatever the image I have, I place with images. That was folder of image under static folder. Moreover, in app 2, I'm not changing anything. Why? Because through app 1 only I'm going to run. I changed the, okay, I changed the examples one dot URLs, print underscore hello URLs, like A1, A2, A3, A4, paths I have provided. Under views of the particular print underscore hello, I created home 1, home 2, home 3, home 4, home 5, like that. Whereas I rendered the things here by using keyword called render whenever I want to render the HTML pages. Whenever I want to display some text, I am going to display like by using HTTP response. That is what the setup is. Under settings, whatever the apps created, we need to mention them with the print and screen installed apps. Whenever we are using templates, we are supposed to mention that templates under templates directories, nothing will be there. We need to give templates. And under static, we're supposed to give base directory is static. Then only these particular programs will come. Now I will show the execution once again for you. And I'm going by going it terminal. Now I am where I am. I'm generally we be in a hurry and we will try to run the project like Python space management PY space run server. Why? Because I am in the outside of my Django project. I need to enter into the Django project. So, Django underscore programs. After that, what is our project name? Example one. CD space example one. CD space example is my project name that am going to show, and I want to show run the project. That is why the syntax is Python space manage dot py space run server. This is the default page. Why? Because I already given under example under we are given default thing here. That is why it is displaying like this. Now, whenever I give slash deeper means it will be redirected to second app, and also the page one means it will be redirected to page one means second page method it will be displayed, so that it will be displayed. Whenever I am giving directly without having anything, it is displaying as a home page now. If I give A1 slash A1, saying its home page one. Why it is displaying home page one? In the home page one, it is relating to home page one. And in the home page one, what is there? The method, its home page is displaying. That is why it is displaying like home page one. If I give A2, so in the A2, what is there? So it is rendering HTML1 dot, what is there in the HTML file? HTML1 file. Hi, this is HTML file info. That is what displayed as a output to us. Now, if we give A3, Prime Minister's information is coming. What is there under particular views? A3, that is HTML2.html. Under HTML2, we have a code of Python, code of HTML code of Prime Minister's application. That is why it is displaying Prime Minister's. If I give 4, A4, it will display like the page of Navbar. See the login page. Okay. And it is calling base.html with the help of this for the particular display. It's coming. Like you AFI. AFI is another function is also there. I give A5, it will be displaying like on 2022. And poster, this is Learnathon poster. This is also under subject. Focus team is organizing this. Okay, for honors department, 36 hours of like that one poster is created now. Skill development project one for Y21, 15 and 16. Second is Learnathon schedule is here. We are in 11 to 12:30 schedule. So here, like that, I displayed two images in the place of okay, this particular table. Like that, whenever a project is created, okay, I'm going to start this server by using okay, this is the project, example one. These are default files. URLs are given. Under URLs, first one is default one. Second is nothing but it is nothing but home page. I think because they are not giving anything, we redirecting to int_hello.urls. From there to its views method is going and displaying. Therefore slash is given means it is redirecting the second app URLs. And the second app URLs, it is redirecting to use dot second page. Nothing but method, some method it is redirecting so that it will reach here. Next, we created print_hello. Like here also, whenever created urls.py will not be there. We need to create urls.py and views.py. We need to create different methods. And same thing we repeated there in our second app also. Like that, we can create any number of apps easily and complete the overall project. So like that, you go through with the Django and compared with the Flask, it is very much flexible. All files will be created by default. And one thing is that we should not make any changes without having any knowledge. Why? Because if you go to settings, one thing happened while I'm teaching the class. We mentioned that a print_hello is supposed to add it. You add print_hello, it will, by keeping all these installed previous apps there. If you add print_hello, it will work. Without having that, without having that, uh, moved everything and they placed only print_hello. They are saying that, sorry, it is not working, sir. Some error is came like that. As number of files are more, we may not understand where the error is. We need to start with the urls.py, not the main project, setting.py, and remaining things. Then only we can understand where the error is. Otherwise, the error, whenever the error is displaying, it will be like 50 to 60 lines minimum. Okay. So that particular 50 to 60 lines of code we can't, we can by looking that you may confuse that a lot of big mistake happened or like that you may feel. That is not the case. The case is that because of small error, it is displaying further process is delaying or not executing properly. That is why that much of 50 to 60 lines of error it is throwing. But if you see the error, you can understand that the way the error is located so that we can modify that. So the thing is that whatever is there by default, we should not change that. We should add whatever is required. We're supposed to append the things. For example, in the Word document I provided what I said, and the installed apps. Okay, if you want the second app means you're supposed to keep second app only. Okay, for example, here add line in the projects or setting in the project of setting.py, this line we supposed to add. Okay, then you go to settings and if you remove everything, you remove everything. Okay, all these things. If you keep this one line, it will not work. So only thing you're supposed to be cautious is while you are doing something, add, append the things. Don't modify the things. Okay. Till now, since 11:10, okay, I did not modify anything. Just I appended the things. Finally, we create successfully example one on the _hello one project. The attend app is another app we created. Under that, we displayed all these images successfully, and also these HTML files we rendered automatically. So, for understanding purpose, what I did is previously I created one Learnathon project there. There, print underscore hello and second app I created. And for templates and images insertion, everything I used, I already did this particular one that I showed. But okay, so just for the sake of understanding, I explained templates and images how to insert. We can insert CSS files also by keeping all those CSS static files, static folder, and like that we can create a project. And if you see the output of A4 like that, that page is came. So we can change the background, we can change the button colors, we can change the bar colors like that by using our HTML tags and make it colorful so that our project will be much more interesting and we can complete it. So thank you very much, students. Uh, Hope you understood how to create a Django project, how to create a different apps, how to insert images, how to render the HTML pages, so like that. But keep it in mind while you are append, don't delete anything or don't modify anything that is existed previously, so that it will be very much helpful and you won't get any errors, so that it will be completed proper. So that is from my side. The further sessions, you will get database connectivity related things, so that you can complete the project very effectively. And all the best, every one of you. I work more and utilize this opportunity of Learnathon. Okay, don't feel like this is burden. To those who complete their project under this Learnathon, they can perform well in hackathon and they will get more exposure. Whenever you complete this particular PFSD project successfully, there you can, in the next semester, you can go through with MSWD effectively and you can make wonders there in the MSW. So similarly, way of approach will be same, but there we use learn, but JavaScript we will use totally and it will be a very interesting one. So better you enjoy this learnathon and try to make and learn the things and implement them, the reviews whenever the faculty is suggesting you understand all those and try to implement those. So by the end of this learnathon, by tomorrow, 2 p.m., 90% or 95% of the project will be ready. The remaining thing is you need to make it colorful, uh, make be ready for hackathon that is going to be soon. We are going to conduct. So I observed that we are not well in Django, but we work on Django. The project is supposed to develop in Django only, not in the Flask. So start working on Django. By afternoon review, you can create an app, prepare your project successfully, and make the things clear. Okay. All the best. Thank you.